long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Feel, don't think.
Fear is my ally.
The Force will be with you.
We are encouraged to love. Be mindful of your thoughts.
I will not betray the Republic.
Hey, your worship, I'm only trying to help.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder!
I'm not afraid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
Well, saw a beautiful sharp-shinned hawk yesterday driving to the store, and it's usually a good omen. At least the Native Americans, I believe, thought seeing birds of prey was a good omen, and it certainly was. Last night, Cameron posted that Ginas' lawsuit was going to go forward, and this morning I grabbed Deadline Hollywood's article, Gina Carano beats Disney's move to kill the Mandalorian firing lawsuit, now trial looms. So this is a good thing. This is step number one in not just saving Gina's reputation, but helping Star Wars get back to where it's supposed to be. It is quite obvious that bad things really started to happen the moment Gina was no longer part of The Mandalorian. Okay. The Book of Boba Fett, obviously there was shenanigans going on behind Jon Favreau's back. Mandalorian Season 3 had to be gutted to save the Book of Boba Fett. And, you know, the firing Gina Carano left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. And the reception of even a good show like Ahsoka, which basically lays the groundwork for changing the timeline, it left people with a bad taste in their mouth. So I believe strongly that this lawsuit is likely going to be quietly settled out of court, and Gina will likely be back playing Cara Dune. And I want you guys to understand what a big deal her being gone from it is, and the ridiculousness of Disney's basically the defendant's claims that somehow hiring her back would violate their constitutional right to free speech. I am not a lawyer. I am a historian. I've worked with a lot of lawyers. I actually was basically the right hand of a chairman of a commission, federal commission, and everybody around is a lawyer. So you pick up on the jargon, you read legal documents, you understand kind of what an argument is and what the merits of the plaintiff's case is. And look, Deadline Hollywood happily put the court case documents for everybody to read, so I downloaded all of them. And at one point they're trying to say she doesn't have any evidence. All you gotta do is look at the documents, okay? The emails are there. Wait till discovery. And the fact of the matter is, the defendants whining is just delaying the inevitable, okay? Look, when you look at how it happened and the story behind it, Kathleen Kennedy acted without any prompting by Disney itself. So she kneecapped Jon Favreau because, like I've said before, for the newbies, Gina was a target. The real target of Kennedy's anger and outrage was never Gina Carano. It's always John. Kennedy wanted John out. John was outshining her. How dare the big white guy outshine her, right? That was the problem. And Gina, with her opinionizing on everything from the lockdown to other things, was an easy vulnerability, I would say, that Kennedy chose to exploit. Okay, and let's talk further.
I thought one just drew a pentagram on the floor and chanted, "I summon thee," 3 times.
But one more crooked word. Your tongue could open a wine bottle.
I never had an agent. It's not like she worships the devil.
Well, she doesn't have to. He worships her.
So, in reality, this whole farce and the way that Gina was treated throughout the time she worked at Lucasfilm, by Lucasfilm, not her fellow castmates. All right, by Lucasfilm itself. In fact, the Gina fired Gina Carano hashtag came probably out from the story group. That stupid GoFundMe account, which was a blatant attack on Gina herself, started probably with Leslie Headland. Accordingly, defendant's invocation, the supposedly detrimental effects of plaintiff's mere presence as one of the defendant's employees lacks constitutional import. Think about it. That's Dan Petrocelli, who's the lawyer for Disney here, knows way better than that. This is a stupid argument, and they're gonna lose. And Disney does not want this case to go to even to trial. They do not want it to go to discovery, because all kinds of things are going to come up and bite them in the ass. And Gina will definitely be vindicated. What happened to her was so wrong and so evil that it can't even, the Nazis would just merely boycott businesses and just fire people. Gina was humiliated day after day after day after day. Okay? By the story group, by people inside Lucasfilm, and, Kathleen Kennedy doesn't have to say, go after her. All she'd have to do is say, will someone not rid me of this woman? And, like in Shakespeare, and voila. They went out of their way. But you got to remember, Kathleen Kennedy was after Jon Favreau. She's not good at making decisions. And the 3 worst decisions she's ever made, 4. Keeping Pablo Hidalgo around in 2018 after The Last Jedi flamed out. Okay. Hiring Ryan Johnson, which is a decision that goes hand in hand with keeping Hidalgo. Not taking into consideration that it's not your story anymore. This was never about her. Not going to the suits and going, we need George. We need George. I can't do this without George. He's the only one who can tell these stories. And, Dave is still working on the animated side. I need George Lucas. Okay. Keeping this jerk around after 2018. Bad decision number 2. Bad decision number 3 or 4. Hiring Leslie Headland, Who in their right fucking mind in Hollywood would have anything to do with her, considering the baggage that she carries? All right. The firing of Gina Carano led to poor reception for, I would say, Kenobi, Ahsoka, and Mandalorian Season 3, and the Book of Boba Fett. Bob Iger needs to know that. Bob Iger has to look at it and go, we started really losing the fans to the point where the bottom drop was dropping out when Kathleen did that. When she went behind our backs, behind John's back, without talking to him, and just saying, Gina Carano no longer works with Lucasfilm. It wasn't just the fact that Gina's reputation was harmed. The franchise took a major hit. Okay? Disney took a major hit, reputation-wise. All because Kathleen Kennedy couldn't take the L. I didn't do a very good job with this. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I think maybe I'm not cut out to be the head of a major studio. And then she hid behind her own womanhood. You know, and her minions hid behind the black actresses in the Trasholite and Kenobi. You know, bullshit. The poor decision-making Kathleen Kennedy has cost Disney billions of dollars and Lucasfilm its reputation. Okay? And the only way that can be salvaged is for Bob Iger to tell Dan Petrocelli, let's negotiate and let's get Gina back. And and then he turns to his HR people and says, let's start removing people from Lucasfilm that have caused so much trouble. And we'll make it public. That's the only way he can fix it. He takes the narrative away from WDW Pro and Gary Nerdrotic and the rest of that, the Black Pills, and he takes the narrative away from Jason Ward, Star Wars Explained, etc., all in one fell swoop. And he gives Jon Favreau what he needs and wants to fix what was broken. Negotiate a settlement and do it quickly. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.